right, Redbirds are taking the field at this point in time, and I will go through their lineup real quick. Batting in the first position, number 9, Kaylee Guth, be playing at the first base. Number 5, Abby Tucker is playing shortstop. Number 12, Maddie Vansel is catching. Number 18, Sydney Litback is the pitcher. Number 10, Kelsey Bartman playing third base. Number 11, Megan Blevins is the right fielder. Number 3, Corinne Korn is the center fielder. Number 15, Anna Barrel is the designated player to be hitting for Liz Ufile, and who's playing second base for us. And then we have number 7, Morgan Skinder in left field. So we're about ready to have the first batter come up.
You mentioned Abby Tucker at shortstop, I believe, still hitting in the upper 300s. Last I checked, the batting average was 368, so look for her to continue that, keep that up in the high 300s here today.
That's good. We got to have all those hits tonight, that's for sure. And the ball's been thrown around the infield, and we're about ready to throw the first batter. And the first batter for East Peoria is number 5, Ashley Emmert, the shortstop. Got a beautiful night tonight, 71 degrees and sunny. Playing a night game. And Sydney starts out with a strike.
This is something I mentioned earlier that these girls have been wanting, because they had maybe that one night game in that Margie Wright showcase, but other than that, they've been all 4:30 starts.
I know it's nice to have a nice game at night because it allows more parents maybe come back from work to get a chance to enjoy the evening themselves. But softball sometimes goes so fast. We start at 7. We might be done by about 8:15, and the sun doesn't go down to about 8:30. Got a long fly ball to left.
Skender brings that one in.
And that brings up number 2, Kat Smith, the second baseman.
First pitch, high and outside. Boy, one thing for sure, we have that vantage point here out here behind the center field fence is the balls and strikes, and as that one's popped up, Liz Ufile, second baseman, pulls it in.
All right, that gives us 2 outs already.
That'll be key with this East Peoria lineup because they have some power in the starting lineup, and that's one thing you need to make sure of and get them through the lineup quick. Ashley Emmert, one of the main bats as well, got her out. And looked like we were going to have a third out, but Skender will pull it in and left for a single.
And that'll be Ribby Ferguson that got that base hit between third and short, so they got a runner on first. Remy is the catcher. That brings up number 13, Maddie Bambrick.
Again, Ferguson over at first. First pitch from Litbeck. They're going to call it a ball. Looked awfully good to me.
Yeah, it does. But that's one thing about this center field vantage point. We ought to be able to help the umpire out a little bit.
Fouled off, evens the count at 1. Again, we mentioned 2 outs, 2 quick outs. Looking to get that third and head to the top of the order here with no runs from East Peoria. Inside. 2-1. That one's fouled off over to the JV baseball field.
That looked like that might have been a hit and run because the runner first was on the move.
See if they'll still have that sign on here for this pitch. 2-2 now, 2 outs. That one's outside. Previously, I believe East Peoria had, around a 52-game Mid-Illini winning streak or something like that, and that was snapped by Washington as Litvak gets the strikeout swinging. That'll take us to the bottom of the first. No score. Besides that one base hit there, I think that was an awfully good inning for Litvak.
It was a very good inning. Very good inning. You know, we're playing against a very good hitting team tonight. That's a good start for us to go through the meat of their order that quickly and only get away with one base hit. I want to correct myself on the records. I do have 11-2 at this point in time for East Peoria. Washington won their game last Tuesday, and that kind of put them in the lead right now. So Washington, I don't know who they played today. I believe they played Morton. So it depends on that game whether East Peoria is playing for the championship or not. And Redbirds are 5-8. I misspoke earlier, but they are 5-8 in the conference at this point in time.
We in the past broadcasts we've talked about some other things going around at MTHS. We have baseballs hosting a tournament tomorrow and Saturday, bringing in some talented teams. They play at 7:30 on Friday, and then they have senior night on Saturday against Champaign Centennial, I believe, and then soccer is playing for the regional championship on Friday night. So a big weekend in Metamora sports.
Yeah, Metamora Soccer's got a tall order. They're playing Rock Island Alleman, a very tough team, but I believe our Redbirds are up for the challenge.
And they certainly are a tough team. And upon talking around, they've garnered comparisons to Peoria Notre Dame, who, need I say, has won 15 consecutive regional championships. So you are right in that sense of the matter that it is a very tall order for the Redbirds. We'll see if they can square things out and bring home their third straight regional plaque Friday night.
That's right. It'd be good. It'd be a good ball game, that's for sure. If you want to come to the game, it's here at Metamora, 7 o'clock tomorrow night on Friday.
$4 admission.
Okay, so for the Redbirds, we have Kaylee Guth that's going to be the first batter. She is our first baseman. And pitching for East Peoria is Alyssa Graves.
First pitch is a ball. But boy, Graves was pretty dominant the last time these two teams squared off, so we'll see if she can continue that dominance against the Redbirds here tonight. Don't know if we want that to happen, though.
Oh, no, we don't want that to continue.
Pitch is just outside.
East Peoria and Washington played it out. They last Tuesday night. That was really for the championship game. They both had the same record, and Washington is the one that came out on top. So Washington's assured of at least a tie, and they probably played their game today against Morton at 4:30. So I don't know who won that ball game.
Metamora actually, as that one is just foul. Metamora actually splitting with Washington. They beat the Panthers 5-0, and then I believe it was a 3-2 loss back here at Metamora.
And by the way, that is Washington's only loss for the season. So great win for the Redbirds. Be nice if they can pick up another big win against East Peoria.
That would be good to see that I mean, really, this is a well-rounded conference. Because, I mean, you saw we beat Washington. Washington and Morton. I mean, really, any of these games, it's going to come down to the wire.
I agree with that. I think even when we played Washington the second time, it was close for a while. Had some chances.
That one's popped up and behind the press box, I believe, or maybe in front of. Full count. Guth doing a good job battling here with that full count. Tucker on deck. The 3-2 pitch is swung on, grounded right to Graves. Over to first base, 1 out. Brings up Abby Tucker.
Okay, Abby Tucker, the shortstop, is coming up, number 5. We got 1 out.
First pitch to Abby is just out. Oh, nope, they are going to call that one a strike. 0-1. That one's fouled off.
Check swing that time by Abby. Didn't really like that pitch. Didn't really want to go after it, but she fouled it off. No problem, but we do have an 0-2 count.
That one's high and outside, 1-2.
That's a good pitch for the pitcher to waste. Those high outside ones, look pretty good to a batter sometime.
The 1-2 from Graves to Tucker. Also outside, evens it at 2. Swung on a miss. So Tucker strikes out swinging. 2 outs now.
That's going to bring up number 12, Maddie Vansel, the catcher for the Redbirds.
First pitch to Vansel. Low and just a tad outside. A 1-0. That one's a ball as well. 2-0.
Not too late to get something started this inning.
Not at all. With Litvak on deck, it'd be great to get Vansel on base.
And there it is.
And there it is.
Got a base hit. Just barely out of the reach of the second baseman. So the Redbirds have their first base hit of the game. That brings up number 18 pitcher, Sydney Litvak.
Boy, that was a nice hit, and you were right, just out of the reach of the second baseman there. So we'll see if the Redbirds can do anything with that. Again, first pitch to Litvak. Just outside.
Wow, good eye. That looked like a pretty nice pitch. We'll take that ball.
That one's low and outside, 2-0.
A lot of times 2-0 pitch right now. It's a good pitch for Sydney to go after. So we'll see what pitcher Alyssa Graves brings in.
That one is a strike taken by Litvak, 2-1. Ball as well, makes it 3-1.
This really is a good count pitch for Litvak because they don't want to put a runner in scoring position.
That one's taken for a strike as well. Full count, 2 outs. The pitch from Graves popped way up in the infield. First baseman gives it chase, and she's going to come down with it.
Okay.
So the base hit will not amount to much for the Redbirds. Nothing after the first.
Okay, so the Redbirds had 1 hit, no runs, no errors, 1 left on base. And we'll be bringing up Alyssa Graves, the pitcher, be the first batter, number 23, coming up here in a little bit.
We do want to apologize. We normally couldn't get great audio from the press box from here, and thus, as it happened again, we were not able to capture the audio of the senior night festivities, so our apologies on that. Again, as mentioned, of course, we have senior night for softball here. Baseball, again, as I mentioned earlier, having their senior night Saturday. For the Redbirds, Jeremy Guerrero featured in the Journal Star not all that long ago. I believe, if I saw this right, a 0.88 earned run average. And if you even want to break it down some more, he has a .58 earned run average in conference games.
Yeah, Jeremy's been a great pitcher for the Redbirds. Been here for 4 years. I believe when he leaves Metamora High School, that he'll be the winningest pitcher of all time at MTHS.
And do I have this right? Most strikeouts too?
I wouldn't be surprised when you have when you got that most victories. You're probably going to have quite a few strikeouts to go with it. So yeah, I don't know what the stat is on that, but I'm sure that he's probably pretty close to that if he isn't. I know he had a little bit of an injury, and
that one's flied out to Corinne Kern. She comes in on it. First out. Kern, one of the two seniors, her and Megan Blevins.
That brings up number 4, Allie Emmert, the third baseman for the Raiders.
One 0 count for Emmert. That one's high and outside. 2-0. That one's high as well. 3-0.
Tough strike zone tonight. That looked like a pretty nice pitch.
Now that one is a strike.
3-1 count. Gonna be a tough one.
Blevins can't get to it.
Gonna be a double.
It is a stand-up double for Allie Emmert.
That's going to bring up number 10, Allie Flowers. She is the left fielder for the Raiders. Got a runner in scoring position now. Redbirds got to tighten up the defense. Infield's got to make sure they keep the ball in front of them. Don't let that ball get through to let that runner have a chance to get into home plate.
First pitch is a strike. Evens the count at 1 there. That one's fouled off. Boy, I know we like to talk about it a lot, but senior night, night game, 71 degrees, hardly any wind, sunny. It really is the perfect night for a ball game.
No doubt about it. Got quite a few fans here.
Strike 3 there, so Litvak gets the strikeout.
Sydney really helped herself out getting that strikeout to get the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up number 12, Savannah Ball, the first baseman for the Raiders. Still have a runner in scoring position.
That one's taken for a strike, 0-1. Again, if you're just joining us, we're in the top of the second, 2 outs. Nothing.